Rosie O'Donnell has moved to Ireland a few weeks ago, and we are all upset. Please, America, take her back. Okay? So apparently she's getting Irish citizenship as well, because she is actually Irish descendant, which is fair enough. But, you know, we don't love her attitude. Okay, the spirit of Donald Trump is living through her in the mean shit that she's doing and saying about the people of America, okay? And it's crazy to see, guys, but we have Tucker Carlson back here again today, and Conor McGregor talking about her. I didn't know anything about her. I don't even know who she is. Apparently she's a famous talk show host on The View, which is some sort of liberal, woke, you know, DEI feminist podcast. You know, it's a weird podcast, guys. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's see what McGregor has to say about Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell has moved here. If you're president and you tackle the immigration crisis, and I do think Pakistan and India take a lot of the blame for it, Africa, but also Rosie O'Donnell, like, would you deport her?
Can you promise to what is her criminal history? Has she got a criminal background? How did she enter the country? Did she enter the country illegally? Has she assimilated with our community? Does she hold our beliefs? Is she a upstanding member of our community?
No!
Or would she be? If she is not,
she's not an upstanding member of the community, and I don't think she adopted the culture correctly. And also, how did she move here? She has to get citizenship to move here, I thought.
well, then she's got to go. You ain't got to go home. You got to get the hell out of here. But I don't know Rosie O'Donnell from.
Dude, love McGregor. He's too funny. You gotta go home. You gotta get the hell out of here. I love it.
Madam, but you know, I believe she's a comedian. I seen her on our national TV. She spoke a bit ill of me. I don't know Rosie. She seems unhappy. She seems going through something at the moment, and I'm not the type of person to kick a person when they're down. I wish for her. I believe she's a comedian, is what her craft is. I wish for her to find her happiness again, and that is it. I am, you know. That was.
But
what
you
I
could
would say
feel that she was going through something, even.
I could feel it for sure.
I think,
and I wish for her. I wish, you know, happiness and spread love in the world. That's it.
I love that. Wow, what a great response. What a gentleman. You know, honestly, saying that she's going through something. You know, I actually didn't really think about that. She's hurting, guys. You know, when people hurt people hurt people. You ever hear that phrase before? Like, she's spreading this negativity and hate to McGregor, to Trump, because she's going through something negative herself. You know, unfortunately, men don't want her. You know, she's not happy with life, guys. I mean, that's kind of how things are, man. When you can't get a girlfriend, a boyfriend, you can't proceed in life, you can't make money, you know, you're losing at life. You know, you start to hate everybody around you, unfortunately.
Well, you're a very, very decent man.
Yeah.
Whatever my nation wants, I'm here for. That's it.
CNN has described you as the leader, and I'm quoting, of Ireland's far right.
Who has?
CNN, which is a news channel in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
CNN, complete nobodies. We're talking about County Gaines News Network. Who cares about CNN, guys? Come on. Far right. The leader of the far right. That's funny, man. McGregor wouldn't care.
Far left, far right, all of these terminologies mean nothing to me. I'm a family man. I'm an employer of the country. You know, I'm a supporter of many people, and I care about my land and the safety of its citizens and the prosperity of its citizens. I want preference. I want peace, preference, and prosperity for the citizens of Ireland.
Very well said. I love this. I love this.
My people. And isn't that fair for our countrymen and women? It is our country. Ireland is for Ireland. You know, and that is it. So I'm not right, left. You know, I feel I'm centered, grounded. That is what I feel. In fact, I ground myself every day. I walk out and I ground myself every day, barefoot in the grass. Barefoot is king. I fought in the octagons, in the cages all around the countries of Ireland, and then into the United States of America, barefoot.
Wow.
So I am a grounded man, neither left, right. I am center and grounded.
That's amazing. So yeah, for those who don't know, you know, if you go out in the morning and you ground yourself on the grass, there's electromagnets through the earth that actually helps you become better. It makes you feel better. It's like looking at the sun in the morning. There's actually a science to the madness of going on ground and, you know, walking on, you know, land and grass. Amazing, man. Very well said. I want peace, prosperity for my people of Ireland. You know, this is Ireland, guys. I love it, man. How the hell can you be upset about that?
So in the conversations I've had with people in Dublin, every single person I've talked to has said the same thing, which is Irish people can no longer afford houses. Their kids can't afford to get married, and their kids can't afford to have kids, and they can't afford to have kids. The Irish family of 12 children doesn't exist anymore, in part because no one can afford that. And yet your government is subsidizing immigrants to have kids.
Yeah.
So I do, and that's true in my country too, in Australia and New Zealand and Canada and the UK. Like, what is that?
It's suicide.
Yeah, it's insane, guys. And it's honestly, that's the way things are going. Everything is so expensive. Beef, I get beef 500 grams for €8 now. It's super expensive. Back in the day, we had massive families in Ireland, guys. The average rate of reproduction per woman was 5 kids. Every woman had 5 kids. Massive families. Ireland, was off the charts. We had a huge population, 8 million people. Nobody can afford that anymore. That's not how it is anymore, guys. It's completely changed.
Australia and New Zealand and Canada and the UK, like, what is that?
It's suicide is what it is. It's absolute suicide. And, it has to stop. That's it. It has to stop.
Yeah.
The rising cost of living is a national emergency.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, it has to stop. We built a toll bridge here in Ireland. We built toll bridges. They're sold to foreign companies. The funds of this goes to foreign companies.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's ludicrous.
So if you guys take the M50 going south or going north, to the airport, there's a toll there. It's like $3.40 now. It's a really expensive toll. Maybe it's €4 now. It's expensive. The Irish government don't own the tolls in Dublin. The flipping foreign companies own it. It's completely crazy.
So the people of Ireland build something, and then your government sells it to foreigners, and then you have to pay for it.
Billions per annum, billions in profit per annum, and people. Another thing, the traffic corps on Garda Síochána is one of the most successful divisions in the Gardaí, in the police force, in our police force, for convictions, and it is the most successful, and it has caused untold stress onto the people of Ireland. I wonder the amount of suicides and the amount of lives lost and families destroyed over the stress of the traffic corps institution with you get caught driving without tax, or no NCT, or it's all a money racket.
It is all a money racket. I've said this from the beginning. In America, in Canada, they do not have NCT. We should get rid of NCT completely in Ireland.
Just for not foreigners watching this, you're talking about parking and minor traffic violations.
You're put through the ringer.
Yeah.
And now in this day and age, which is why it's so infuriating, and then we'll keep calm with it, but it's why people in Ireland are waking up, because everyone has felt it in some way, shape or form.
Yeah,
the stress of having.
Absolutely. Very well said. We love McGregor, guys. Amazingly well spoken. It's great. I don't care who hates on me. Hate on me.
To make sure.
If you guys are so afraid to like somebody in social media, then you're a little bitch, man, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to like people and support people. You know what I mean? That
you're above board on this money racket is what it is.
So it's not to keep you safe. It's to steal money from you.
Not to keep you safe. But on this day and age now, we've got our new visitors to the island who get fully exempt from driving without tax, insurance, NCT, and even on Irish reg plates. Free as a bird, right through. After our nation has gone through the most stressful periods of our life, lives have been lost due to the stress caused of this branch in Garda Síochána.
Absolutely, guys, it's crazy, and you guys can see lately as well. The people that are coming in, they're getting given homes, they're getting given cars. I mean, when is this spending on foreign people going to stop? How about spending it on your own people? Then the people wouldn't be so mad. It's just ridiculous. At least give it to your own people then as well. But this sort of double standard is crazy.
And yet now our neighbours from other countries are moving here and with full exemption to drive around our roads with supercharged vehicles that have been imported on the taxpayers' dime. And then also even another crazy statement is, if something happens to your vehicle, if you're a nice friendly visitor or potential new member of our country, you get your vehicle repaired at a cost to the state.
Yeah.
So it is just ludicrous, and the people of Ireland are rising up to it. We're just being awakened to it, and that's it. As we awaken, we're noticing.
Wait, is what you said real?
That's very, very real.
Yeah, I did a video on it, guys. People, it doesn't matter where you're from. Like I said, Algeria, Chicago. You could be from flipping LA. You could be from Brazil. It doesn't matter, guys. If you come into the country and the government are paying for your shit, people are not going to be happy, guys. Like, the plain and simple. Any left-wing liberal person would agree with me on that. That's crazy spending.
Very, very real. And it's...
How can they justify
They cannot. There is no justification. You know what there is? Silence. And that doesn't work. You cannot be silent on this. Like I said, you're not going to get off ruining Ireland or ripping off Ireland. Never in a million years.
But if they're paying foreigners to have kids while you can't afford to have kids, if they're shaking you down with the armed police, but allowing foreigners a pass, if they're paying to fix foreigners' cars but not yours, they hate you and they're trying to kill you, right?
It's an erasure. It's an attempted erasure of our people. That is it. I could have went all that way in the White House.
Damn.
I had to climb. You go incrementally up, right? You go in. Hey, you talk about a genocide. This is the genocide of our people.
Obviously.
But you got to climb it right. So we're getting there, and awareness is being made, and we'll make the moves. And there's many great people. In fact, the majority of the Irish people are great people. Yeah. Majority are great people.
I agree with you.
And even the people, if you want to say it, that are coming in, they're just scheming the system. It's the government's fault, guys. They shouldn't be giving people anything. If you come to the country, you have to work for every cent that you get. Not get given free shit. That's ludicrous.
Great things for our nation, and the pressure and the awareness we're putting on our government elite is causing slight changes. They're doing certain things to appease. However, how genuine that is, how much of a facade that is, we're skeptical. Our trust is at an all-time low. And you see, we walk the length and breadth of the Dublin city capital, and it's love and cheer and support. Not one politician under any party can do the same.
Yeah.
And
because if they do, and we saw recently Micheál Martin walking up Moore Street or whatever, walking up Abbey Street, flipping, everyone's shouting at him, they're accosting him, they're going crazy. It's just hate. It's just complete hate.
That is a shame. And I don't understand why Ireland, we are the greatest supporters. If you do good by Ireland, Ireland will do good by you, and none more is that evident than in myself.
Sure.
Yes. We are the greatest supporters in the world, they say. How our politicians do not wish to receive this love. Yeah. I do not understand it. Fundraising efforts will begin, and there will be a large fund built into this where we're going to really take back our country.
Yeah, the politicians don't care about us, guys. They just care about their interests and their financial interests and their political interests, with other countries, and to make themselves look good. But Irish people, the biggest supporters, you guys have supported me tons since the beginning of the year. Since January to now, mid-April, it's been the biggest support I've ever had in my life. From Irish people mainly. 90% Irish people watching. So the support is huge if you do right by the people. If you don't, though, that's when the hate comes. Here we have another government, basically these are shills. These are just government arm pieces, the RT News, Virgin Media News. They're all just mouthpieces of the government, complete propaganda. They're going to be talking about how they are scared of McGregor here. Stand by, guys, and wait for this one. This one's crazy. They're going to say, they're talking about who the next president of Ireland's going to be. Of course, Michael D. Higgins is stepping down this year. McGregor's going to make a run for it, but they're super afraid. Wait to watch this one.
Doing one of the most significant commemorations of the year. Who's in the running to replace him?
Well, it's going to become a lot clearer in the next couple of weeks and months, Aisling. Fine Gael in particular looking to try and have a contest on their hands. They, of course, have never won the race for the Rs. They have a couple of high-profile candidates who have been circling around speculation in recent times. Mairead McGuinness, probably chief amongst them. Opinion polls show that she would be the favourite if there was a contest held. She says she'll be making her intentions known next month. As well as that, Heather Humphreys, Francis Fitzgerald and Sean Kelly also amongst names whose names have been circulated. For Fianna Fáil, Bertie Ahern has been repeatedly named as a potential candidate as well. He has repeatedly refused to rule himself out. Cynthia Ní Mhurchu and Barry Andrews also.
Boo, they all suck, guys. No political party affiliate. No way.
Thought to be in the mix for Fianna Fáil. It will be the first time Fianna Fáil has contested an Áras race in over 20 years if they do put someone forward. But the most intriguing speculation comes outside of those big two parties of government. Sinn Féin has been speculated that they'd be part of a unified front on the left. Some candidates who might stand for them individually if the party put somebody forward includes John Finucane, an MP, who is of course the son of murdered solicitor Pat Finucane. He was linked back in 2018. His name again floated as a possibility. Outside that, independent names in the mix: Jarlath Burns, the GA president, Francis Black, the independent independent senator. And then to the right of that, Peter Casey, of course, who won 23% back in 2018. He says he is going to be running, so he's the first person to make his intentions very, very clear.
Peter Casey, yeah, he garnered a lot of attention. Probably he'd be okay to vote for a little bit. I think if that's the guy I'm thinking about, okay, I'm not sure if that's the same guy I'm thinking about, though.
And Conor McGregor, of course, who has been featured so heavily in the media. It has been reported today, the Freemasons, who gave up the use of the hall effectively for that interview, they said they didn't realise it was going to be used for that interview with Tucker Carlson, which was recorded last Tuesday. They say they're donating the fee for the use of that facility to charity. They say they only really realised it was Conor McGregor using it late in the day. It would have been too much attention or hassle to cancel it. That with late notice, they say.
No, I think the Freemasons probably support McGregor. What do you guys think, man? I'm not really up to speed with what the Freemasons are. Tell me down below what they do. But they're saying that they don't like McGregor, but I'm pretty sure they're like running the show. They say they don't run the show, but the Freemasons is like a whole community. It's like a club that they kind of run things together, right?
In hindsight, it was the wrong decision, but of course, as I say, the runners and riders will be making themselves clear, I think, in the next number of weeks.
Okay, so they had to say this guy, this propaganda expert, complete nobody, had to talk. Richard Chambers had to say that, oh, McGregor is not supported by the Freemasons. Well, if they weren't, then why are you talking about it, dude? Absolute bullshit, guys. I love you all. Make sure to push back instant media by hitting the join link underneath the video, becoming a member of my channel today. I love you guys all, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace. And tell me who you guys want to vote for in the comment section down below, man.